Hi, I'm Nick LaBranch, and this is Tim Kelly, my counterpart on China Hour. So Tim, throughout this wonderful semester of history of China, we've learned a lot of things.
Yes, we have.
Out of all these things, what do you feel like you've really taken away from it, felt the most passionate, and learned the most about?
Well, you see, it was really a shocker when I entered this class. I had a totally different perspective of the East and the West. I grew up in America. I was hammered with the media. The media always telling me that we were the superheroes, you know? We were liberating all kinds of countries from these evil regimes. There were corrupt leaders worldwide. Our military would swoop in and save the poor citizens of these countries and make it a better place for the world. I genuinely thought America was a superhero because that's the only thing, that's the only side of this whole East versus West comparison that I've ever seen. So once I learned about history of China, once I stepped in there and saw what the kind of things we did, it really changed me. It really hit me because being a proud American seemed like less of a spectacular thing. You know, I saw what they did, and I didn't know what to say. I couldn't defend myself in an argument. It was not just.
So what's your perspective between East and West now? What do you feel?
Now I have to say that the West, they didn't deserve anything that we did to them. They should be some of the top leaders, especially China. China should be on the top right now. Their technological advancements were way ahead of ours back then. They discovered a lot of difficult to discover things. They invented rockets first, crossbows, black powder, all kinds of things. And their intentions weren't for conquering. They discovered a lot of things on accident and a lot of things for the better of the world. And when you look at the West, a lot of their advancements were to crush their enemies, to liberate different countries. You know, they tried to spread their religion. They were ignorant towards other religions. They wanted to spread their way of living because they believed it was the best. They did all kinds of things to try to make the world agree with them. And you just can't have that. You know? When you grow up on two opposite sides of the country, or one's isolated from the other, and they're still advancing in more benevolent ways and more technological ways, it's pretty amazing. And I think the Chinese people have a lot to be proud of.
So besides the examples of religion, as you previously stated, what other examples of the West coming in and disrupting China, or foreign nations in general coming in and disrupting China?
A lot of the Western nations, as we learned in the century of humiliation, that's what really shook me up about my perspective. That made me kind of ashamed of my home country, because when they came into China and demanded these things of them, that was just not right. And when they got denied, which, I mean, anyone would get denied if they asked for the things they did, it was unfair, then they were outraged. And so after addicting the whole country to drugs for absurd profit, they started 2 different wars over this drug and got multiple advantages and unequal treaties over China. And I was just so ashamed that I didn't even know what to do. I thought we were heroes, but in that case, we were some of the most terrible people in this history. China could have been at the top. They hit their industrial revolution about 500 years earlier than the Mongols. It's not Western, but the Mongols came and destroyed it. That's just another foreign thing that kept them down up until now. Now that they're rising, and now that we can't just start wars willy-nilly with them, they're gonna advance really quickly, and with all of their values and everything, I think they will overcome soon. And I believe that the United States, Britain, all those Western countries that took advantage of them for so long, I think they have what's coming to them.
You know, those are strong words by a strong man, Tim. It's a pleasure having you on.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you for trying to help.